The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad, joining you back after a long week off, which was awesome. Thank you, Bob. And joining me today, we have Sergeant Nick Eddy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I for joining us. So I have on the board, it says QPD cameras. So I'm just like, full disclosure, I came in and I was like, okay, which cameras are we talking about, right? Because it seems like there's a lot of cameras in the news and discussion. So this is in particular related to registered residential cameras, such as like a Ring doorbell, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. And essentially this helps you do what? So
this program, it helps us kind of quicken the pace of the investigation. So when we have a crime that happens in a neighborhood or somewhere on the street that, we want to know where the camera's at, so we can go to that business owner or that residential owner and try to get that video evidence as quickly as possible, because a lot of times that's what we need now for investigations is that video evidence. Yeah. Because it proved important in a lot of other cases, and it will continue to prove importance in future cases. So, absolutely. When folks register, all they're doing is giving us information. They're giving us their name, their phone number, maybe a little brief information about their cameras, so if we can look at it real quick and they say that they only have a camera that points in their backyard, maybe we don't need to contact that person. But like I said, if they have like a Ring doorbell camera that they store information for X number of days that we think our bad guy rode past us in a car or ran past his house or anything like that, then we can contact that person immediately. Okay. And set up an appointment time or whatever we need to do to try to get that go video. Watch.
Okay. So the footage is still in their we don't have the residents. Okay.
Yeah, no access to their systems at all. It's just, like I said, information so we know who to contact.
Yeah, and I see that all over social media now, and I'm sure other people do too. Even from civilians who post things like, "Hey, share this. Let's catch this guy." Yeah. Right. So
it's just a method of doing that in what we can control. I mean, obviously we can't control of who gives us video, but if we can go knock on a door or save some time by knocking on every single door in the neighborhood when we know that this person has disclosed to us that they have cameras, right? Then we can go straight to that person, save some time, and sometimes that time is important. Right. We're looking at important cases.
Absolutely, and I like this because it's like the resident gets to choose if they. So it's not necessarily breaching privacy, right? It's them choosing to help.
It's completely voluntary.
Yeah, I love it.
Completely up to them.
So I'm going to ask you how you came up with this idea in just a second, but real quick, how many Quincy residences are currently registered in this program?
So we are approaching 100. Okay. We have been around for this program has been around for about 3 or 4 years. We kind of go in waves. Obviously, when we do things like this where we can kind of push it out to the community again, we get that influx of people that sign up because, like us, I hope they think it's a good idea. Right. And I think that it will continue to go up because everybody's always interested in looking at getting cameras, it seems like.
Sure. And then, of course, increasing the safety and also bridging the gap between, what I'm sure everybody's experiencing, which is staff shortages, availability, resources. Yep. So this just is one more thing that kind of helps increase that level of safety, the confidence, and of course law enforcement, and the relationship between law enforcement and the residents of Quincy, which I think is awesome. Now, so speaking of Quincy, what areas so the cameras are pretty much everywhere throughout Quincy?
So we don't limit. If somebody lives outside of what we typically call our jurisdictions, and it would fall into an Adams County jurisdiction, we don't have a problem with taking in that registration. And then if something were to happen, and we keep in constant contact with Adams County and kind of are briefed every day through what's going on in their areas. That way, if something pops up that we think they might want to know, or they could ask us, and we can always do a quick search and see what it is.
See if there's something there. So now, are the camera locations, are they public? Is that somewhere is there like a database that I go on and say what?
We
Gotcha.
keep these in-house. That way they don't have to worry about their information being exposed to any elements.
Yes.
So it's kept within law enforcement entities.
Gotcha.
So that way it's secure as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally get that. And so back to my question. I know this was your idea because I asked you I thought maybe he drew the short straw and coming in and talking to me, but this was actually your idea, and you got this idea by
just perusing through other agencies, what they try to do as far as community relations, or just trying to bolster what they can do for their community. Period. Is just trying to figure out ways that we can get involved and work together. So obviously, I poached this idea, and it was just a matter of getting it going, but also taking a few extra steps in how we implement it and make it useful with day in, day out kind of investigation work.
Awesome. So if people want to register there, and is it just ring door? Is it just so what kind of cameras? Is it limited to like ring doorbells, or is it?
If you have a camera system that ideally we would want it to store video, that way when we come back and are investigating a crime that already happened, that we can look at that video.
Sure.
So any system at all that stores that video for any amount of time, even if it's a day.
Okay.
We can always try to get to you as soon as possible, but that's what the purpose of this program is to shorten that time. That way, if that video is not available for maybe a day, 5 days, or 7 days, that we can make quick action and try to get that video evidence that we need.
Gotcha. So if I want to register our Ring doorbell, how do I go about that?
So the registration is done online.
Okay.
You go through the City of Quincy's website, if you find the police department's page on the City of Quincy's website, there's Programs and Services tab, usually found on the left side of the screen. Programs and Services tab leads you to all the services that the Quincy Police Department has to offer, from online reporting to whatever they have.
Yeah.
But
all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. But our registration program is on that page.
Okay.
So it's a long drawn out email address that we'll fix in the future.
Shorten it up a little bit.
Folks.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Facebook page for the Quincy Police Department, it's on there. There's a QR code floating out there too as well.
Okay.
For folks that are more technology savvy. Sure. Stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's where you can find it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I think this is great. I mean, I think again, it's, some of the cameras that we've talked about in the past people are concerned about privacy violations and blah, 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 blah. But I think this is just a really cool partnership between citizens of Quincy and the community and the QPD, and trying to keep everybody safe and shorten the time that it takes to catch the bad guys, right?
Yeah,
I think that's awesome.
There's always an element of time that comes into play with a lot of things. So
Absolutely.
we can kind of make quick haste of it. It usually works out better for us.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Well, Sergeant Nick Eddy, I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with me. This was really enlightening to me, I'll say. Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming up, David and Brittany visit one of my favorite restaurants to try one of my favorite sandwiches, and that is the steak sandwich at the Abbey. Stay tuned.
Kelly's has been a fun place to eat and drink in Quincy since 1982. A fun and friendly atmosphere, food with flavor, homemade cinnamon rolls, and famous cheese soup, the best menu in town. Kelly's, 2902 Broadway, Quincy.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center.
Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy. Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Tower Pizza and Mexican offers a full menu of pizza, wings, and Mexican favorites. Try the shrimp tacos, fajitas, or a Jeff's special pizza. Extra sauce, pepperoni, sausage, ham, and mushrooms, all on their homemade crust. Tower Pizza and Mexican, 2701 Broadway, Quincy.
Hey everybody, it's Brittany Boll here with my muddy buddy David Adams.
This is the first time,
yes,
isn't it?
yes.
I mean, have we even done anything on like the Club Muddy?
No.
Or any, no, I think this is it.
No, you just have to listen to me all the time outside of the camera.
Well, I'll listen to you today over a nice meal.
Yes, and so we're here at the Abbey for our Great Quincy Sandwich Debate. It's our summer series. Shuck put together this sandwich tour, and he's not even getting to eat half of them.
No, he's not. But that basically he sits down every once in a while, and I've seen him do it all the time on Twitter. He'll sit there and say, "Hey, I got to sit down and write a couple of stories. What rock music should I listen to tonight, or what ball game should I put on?" And one time he put down,
What sandwich should I eat?
I got to get a bite to eat before we get started. Tell me what sandwich I should get. And it just morphed. It was incredibly popular.
It was.
And so now this is where we are now, shooting a video talking about some of the top sandwiches that Quincy has to offer.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places. Personally, like I come here
I have
once
a question.
a week.
Well, okay, so I have a question. Is the Abbey a bar? Is the Abbey a restaurant?
I think it's more of a restaurant now. I think it kind of made a transition within the last couple of years. That might have something to do with the operator making like a transition in his life too.
Well, I also, they've created some new. You've got the drive up now.
Yep.
You've got the back room now. If you
so
haven't
much
been
more
here in a
seating.
few, there's a lot more seating. I would say that 80% of the time, this place is a restaurant.
Oh yes.
Then probably starting around 10, it becomes a bar.
Especially when they break out the pop rock shots. That's what they're famous for.
I'm
here.
not a big pop rock shots. I'm very proud that I could actually say that without
I
stumbling
think
over that.
by the end of this, you're going to take a pop rock shot.
Oh,
with me.
I'm fairly sure I won't.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to talk with Chris, the head chef here at the Abbey. He's going to tell me a little bit about the ribeye steak sandwich and what we're going to be sampling, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty hungry.
I've been waiting to have this. I've never had their steak sandwich here. I've had a lot of different meals here, but I've never had the steak sandwich.
Oh, you're missing out.
Oh well, that's what I'm expecting something spectacular.
It will be, and
All right.
I'm looking forward to chewing a steak sandwich on camera because that's
Well,
going to be
I think the key is going to be taking small, dainty bites while you're on camera,
Yeah.
and then you can inhale it
Okay.
after we're
Okay.
off the camera.
Noted.
All right.
All right. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be. Before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
All right, I'm back here with the chef, Chris Andrews. He's getting ready to make our steaks. While you're doing this, do you care to chat with me for just a second?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, you're a chef, so you can multitask probably.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How long have you been here at the Abbey?
About 11 years.
I've heard so much about you. A lot of my friends or coworkers here, and they say that you are the person that makes the place go round. So yeah, just know that it's kind of very nice to personally meet the person that who cooks my food. I come here regularly once a week. They call me blue cheese stuffed olives because I want blue cheese stuffed olives in my martini.
I remember that.
So I'm sure they're like, blue cheese stuffed olives is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing to cook while you're here?
I would say the ribeye steak.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the most
maybe because
difficult?
that's what I like. No,
Yeah.
probably the most difficult it would probably be the fillet
Okay.
because sometimes they're shaped a little different.
All right. What goes into the ribeye steak sandwich? What goes on it?
Ribeye steak sandwich is a 5-ounce ribeye sandwich with
Grilled to perfection.
Yeah, with mushroom, onion, sauteed mushroom and onion on it.
Okay.
And cheese if you like.
All right. What kind of cheese do people normally put on it?
Most of the times I would say probably provolone or Swiss.
Okay. What kind of bread does it come on?
It comes on like a sourdough.
Cool. So, another thing about, I guess, the Abbey steak sandwich, what the Abbey is known for is their steaks. I think sometimes people forget about the fact that this is a incredible steakhouse. It's an affordable steakhouse, and then one of the best parts about it is all the accoutrements that you can add on top of your steak. I know that whenever I come here and I order a steak, they're like, "Would you like to add?" I mean, what all can you add?
Sauteed onions. You got sauteed mushrooms. We got you can put blue cheese crumbles.
Oh yeah,
We have a bourbon sauce, an herb butter.
Is there some kind of sexy sauce here too?
It's a mixture between a Cajun seasoning, bourbon sauce, and herb butter sauce.
Okay.
All on the same thing.
Another thing that I've been told by a lot of the servers is when they say Cajun seasoning to not be deterred by that, like it's not spicy.
No, it's not as spicy.
Okay, so like for those of you that think spice and Cajun, when they suggest Cajun seasoning, that's the way to go. I guess it's the way to try it.
It's not spicy.
Perfect. All right. Well, about how long does these take to cook normally?
They'll be, I would say, probably about 7 minutes. Perfect.
And will be the first sandwich of the day?
It'll be the first one of the day.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for chatting with me, Chris.
Yep.
What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online from Muddy River News.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to start our steak sandwich feast, and I got my blue cheese martini drink that I get.
I'm sorry, a what?
A blue cheese martini drink. I was telling Chris back there that they call me blue cheese here because every Thursday is my tradition to come here with my family and have a drink that is not made by me, that I get to sit down and enjoy it with not having to serve
and I
other
think that's
people.
awesome.
It's after piano practice, so a long day of whatever.
But blue cheese?
Listen, you got to try it before you knock it.
Well, I can't knock it because right now I have more important.
Yes. Wow.
That's
Brought to
about all
us
you
by
can say.
by Gabe.
Holy smoke. This looks fantastic. Now, I'm one that whenever I have a steak sandwich like this, I will typically douse it with all kinds of steak sauce.
Okay.
But this looks like I need to just try to eat this, as I would say, au naturel.
Are you going to use the horseradish?
A little bit, yeah. I think I owe it to myself to do that as well.
Okay.
So, anyway.
And they're served with the best fries.
And why are they the best fries?
I don't know. Like, if we had a fry competition, I guarantee you that the fries would.
They are good. I will give you that. And then I remember watching you and Matt do the very first one of these, and you guys were taking these just enormous bites and going home, 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 home. And I learned from that, and I was like, I'm just going to take little small dainty bites.
Did you see when Steve and I tried to race and I almost
I don't even want to talk about Steve and his eating habits. That's a whole nother issue that we have to get into.
Well, I mean, I'm not much better. I don't know. I challenged him to a race. I'm not challenging you to a race.
No, gosh, no.
But are we going to sandwich cheers? Once we get it all.
How do we do a sandwich cheer here?
I don't know. You get it all ready to go.
See, I'm gonna kind of go in little small bites here.
So you're not gonna flip it and sandwich?
No, I think if we have to cheer, I think we can take it and just sort of like click forks together or something like that. Okay,
deal. Let me get a good. Sorry, I wasn't.
I'll say, wow. I said that was a rather big piece that you were gonna aim at there, Miss Boll.
Well,
she's trying to cut. See, I almost used the phrase. I was about to say cheese.
I was about to say something, and I decided not to. It is. David, will you cut my steak?
I can only imagine how many small portions of steak that I had to cut my children's sandwiches into I didn't know I have to be asked to today.
Okay.
All right, she's got it done. All right, there's the tapping of the fork. I gotta put a little of this horseradish sauce on.
We weren't supposed to bite at the same time. I also talk with my mouth full.
This is really good. I mean, this is just really good. I mean, the horseradish is great. I'm a big fan of onions on a sandwich. A lot of people like all their stuff plain.
Mm-hmm.
Onions are wonderful. In fact, a little green pepper on this would be nice too.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big onion person, but when they're cooked, cooked right, then I'm okay. But I can't do the raw onion on sandwiches.
You're not a raw onion on a burger type sandwich?
No, and I saw your silver dollar sandwich, and I saw that you and Ashley both agreed with me that things should be on a sandwich.
Things should be on a sandwich.
Other than the meat. That it's all about
yeah. I like when I'm sure you and Ashley were trying to put this whole series together. The idea of having Steve Eitinger eat a sandwich covered in onions, he would have just walked out.
I would have loved to have that video shoot, though.
Everything with him is plain.
Yes.
And then I heard Shuckman say, "Oh, it's all about the meat." With a hamburger, I totally disagree. With a steak sandwich, now that's a different story.
Yeah.
Because you can season it and
this is
do all kinds of things. That's
perfect.
why
Doesn't need sauce.
Yeah, it really doesn't need any sauce. I will probably still put some on it at some point because I do love it. But this is what I like about it. The mushrooms and the onions are, man, that's fantastic.
Well, if you haven't tried the Abbey steak sandwich, it's the ribeye steak sandwich, actually.
Right.
You better get your butts down here and come to the Abbey.
And this is my first one.
Really?
I've been here several times. I love the ribs that I've had here. I've always liked their nachos.
That's my go-to.
But I've never ordered a steak sandwich here, and this is really good. I mean, if you like the Philly steak sandwiches, this is not going to disappoint you in any way.
What I was saying also back there to them is the best part of the Abbey is the steakhouse aspect of it. Like if you didn't want to make it a steak sandwich and you just wanted to have a nice steak, this is a great place to get a steak.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things about, I think there are a lot of people in Quincy, or let me rephrase that, a lot of people who have moved away from Quincy. When they come back, there are a handful of places they go, I want to make sure to go there.
Yep.
I would say the Abbey is on that short list
sure.
of people who come back and go, I just want to go get a meal there, or go get a drink or whatever. This is kind of becoming one of the must-see spots when you have to come to when you come back home.
It's a Quincy tradition.
Isn't that on the sign?
I think so.
Good for you.
All right, well, I think we're going to finish up here. I'm going to chew off the camera and...
Yeah, you don't want to watch us eat the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because that will happen. It's just not going to happen on camera.
And hopefully I can get a sneak peek later of David trying a blue cheese martini.
Thanks, guys. Definitely looked delicious. And Brittany, if I know you as well as I think I do, I bet you had a martini there as well. Also delicious.